Well, I made it. Italy Hill State Forest, such as it is. The idea today, it's about 4:35 or 3:35 in the afternoon, and Outback lean-tos almost exactly 3 miles away from this point, so I'm hoping to make it there by 5:30. It should be decent weather. The storm already passed through. But we'll see. This is the first time in about 30 years that I've been here. It's actually the first time in about 30 years I've actually had a pack on my back intending to stay out overnight. So we'll see how that all goes. The trail starts out going down this dirt road. Supposedly there's another parking spot down there, but I didn't want to take a chance on getting the car down there and getting stuck, so we'll hoof it in. It's only about another half a mile down to the trail register, so we'll see how it goes. If I find anything interesting, I'll stop and chat at you again. Well, it's about 5:35. Got here about 10 minutes ago. Just got a sip of water and catching my breath. Whew. Man, it was only a 3-mile walk, but it about killed me. I'm out of shape. I crossed a creek on the way in. I think that's going to have to be my water source for tonight. It's not running very high, but it's running a little bit, so again, my filter bag out in a little while and walk back down and get water. But it's not a bad little place here, though. Let's take a little quick tour. Right there behind me, we got the old fire pit, and there's a couple of picnic tables. There's a sawhorse with some firewood. Let's you get a look at this lean-to. Looks like they've actually done some maintenance on it recently. There we go, I got it finally. So it's quite a nice little lean-to. I found that privy they were talking about. Not that I need it right now, but come in the middle of the night. Right after I signed into the trail register, I ran into a family coming back up the old farm road or whatever it is. They live in the area, so they're allowed to drive back down there. In fact, it was probably their driveway they were coming out of. They said that there's been a bear around here, so I'm gonna have to make sure I hang my food sack tonight. But other than that, saw lots of deer tracks on the way in. I could have swore I saw some bear tracks about a mile back the other way, but you know, the power of suggestion is a pretty powerful thing. So I don't anticipate any problems tonight. There's a nice breeze blowing. It was a little bit buggy in spots, but it's not too buggy here. I think it's going to be a pleasant night. It's cool. When I started out in Rochester at, it was a little bit before 2 o'clock, it was 88 at the house. It was 90 on the expressway. That was 90 degrees, not my speed, coming down. When I got here, it was 84 at the trailhead where I parked the car. And I don't know what it is here. I don't have a thermometer with me, but I'd have to say it's probably 78 or so. It's comfortably warm, got a nice breeze. It should be a good night. It's not very humid up here. So I'm going to find a place to pitch my tent, get that up before it starts getting dark. So I don't know if anybody's going to be here tonight. I could just as easily stay in the lean-to. But I got the tent. I might want some privacy. I don't know. I'll look around, kind of get the lay of the land. Right here you can kind of see it's fairly overgrown nearby the lean-to. So I'm not sure how much it's going to clear out as I get further away. We're supposed to camp 100 feet away from a lean-to unless there's a designated spot. So we'll see. I'll touch base with you later after I get things set up, figure out what I'm going to do, have some dinner. Yeah, I'll talk to you later. I've got a fire going. I got my teacup next to the fire. I got my my flask. The water I already showed you. I guess this lean-to is brand new. I was wandering around looking for the ensuite and stumbled across the old lean-to now, and it starts to make sense because I've heard in one of the other videos that the lean-to was a mess and they couldn't believe somebody built it out of particle board. And then I got up here and I saw this and I'm like, I don't know what the guy was complaining about, because this looks nice. But a little further south along the trail, probably not even 150, 200 feet maybe, is the remnants of the old lean-to. They're in the process of demolishing it. They've got the wall stacked nicely, and it was press board. So I'm glad I came up here now, because this thing is nice. It's got a metal roof, the whole 9 yards. Got a nice fire going. Somebody left some nice camp chairs here, you can see. Well, not so nice. You can tell that they've seen a few too many campfires. They got burn marks and stuff, but it's awfully nice. You sit here. I got the fire going. They have saws here. I showed you the sawhorse. They have some saws here, but they're old carpenter saws. Not so good for cutting firewood. It would be nice if they had a nice bow saw out here. But I'm not complaining. They've got a fire pit. They've got wood. There's lots of small down wood. I've been burning wrist-sized pieces. It's after 7. Yeah, it's 20 of 8. And I'm tired. So I'm probably going to end up getting the bedroll out and saying my evening prayers and calling it a night. It was a good walk in. I'm tired. I was cursing at myself on those last hills, but it's nice to be out here again. But I'm glad I'm here. It's quiet, except for me babbling on. Sounds like there's a cardinal somewhere. It sounds like a cardinal somewhere. The occasional songbird. It's been very windy this afternoon. The wind seems to have died down. The bugs are gone, thank God, because I forgot to put on bug repellent. I've got it with me. Mary Pat's going to be mad at me. I'll check myself for ticks before I hit the bedroll. It's been a good night. Well, I just had to break up some more wood to put a fire. One thing I wanted to do, I've heard stories that French Louis Seymour, one of the famous Adirondack hermits and guides, used to keep a stash of scotch squirreled away in the back of his cabin, and he would break it out on special occasions. I don't need a special occasion to have scotch. But this is a special occasion, so I did bring some scotch. So here's to you, French Louis. This is a happy occasion. I'm back out in the woods. Oh, tastes even better by a campfire.